Welcome to Weekly Focus with me, Shani Kluat on NBT World. As the ASEAN Summit approaches, this week we take a detailed look on Thailand's preparation for this special event on ASEAN Insight. The ASEAN Summit is scheduled to start next week, and the Thai government is busy preparing for this event. Our correspondent Papa Onpromlet has the latest. Thank you, Suchani. We are counting down to the start of the 34th ASEAN Summit, which is set to be the focus of worldwide media attention. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs held a press briefing today to provide updates on completion of preparations and on what's to happen next week, as well as details of agenda and important documents to be discussed and signed during the ASEAN Summit. The event runs from June 20th to 23rd, but the main activities are scheduled on the last 2 days. On June 22nd, leaders of all 10 ASEAN member countries will have meetings with the business, youth, and public sectors. Then they will join a preliminary meeting to discuss how ASEAN deals with challenges and interacts with external parties, while ensuring optimum benefits for ASEAN. On June 23rd, there will be the grand ceremony, followed by a press briefing on the outcome of the summit. Priority deliverables for the political and security community focus on enhancement of ASEAN's ability to address different security challenges, promotion of constructive and inclusive maritime cooperation, sustainable security, and promotion of ASEAN Center of Military Medicine. On the economic pillar, the conclusion of RCEP is the most prominent issue. Thailand will hold 2 more meetings to improve the possibility of a conclusion after 7 years of negotiation. When it is done, RCEP will be the world's largest economic bloc, covering nearly half of the global economy. The last pillar, the socio-cultural community, the priority deliverables are the establishment of 4 ASEAN centers, namely the ASEAN Center for Active Aging and Innovation, promotion of the ASEAN Year of Culture, the ASEAN Training Center for Social Work and Social Welfare, and the warehouse for disaster relief stock items in China Province.
Looking to the future will be an important aspect of various discussions at different levels this year. On the economic side, already there is discussion how do we best prepare for the 4th Industrial Revolution and the digital economy. On the political side, we are already thinking of how we can prepare ASEAN 20 years down the road. You may notice in the media that there is now a report that is out within ASEAN on ASEAN 2040. Many people, the Thai chairmanship of ASEAN, we work with different academic institutions, with different stakeholders, because we feel that those ideas that come from these various stakeholders will be very important for ASEAN leaders and ministers to discuss, and that is the essence of how we think we can push forward the theme.
Suchani, this is an important moment for Thailand with agenda to drive the most benefit for ASEAN. Updates on this event can be found at worldwideweb.asean2019.go.th. Thank you very much, Papa Onpromlet. Besides the briefing, NBT World also has an opportunity to talk to Kun Busadi Santipitak, the Director General of Department of Information of Thailand's Ministry of Foreign Affairs, about Thailand's preparations of the event. สวัสดีค่ะ คุณบุษดี The theme of the summit this year is Advancing Partnership for Sustainability. As ASEAN chair, how does Thailand prepare itself to promote such theme?
We are trying to achieve sustainability of things, which my foreign minister often coins. It means that we would like to achieve sustainability in all its dimensions, whether it be political security, whether it be economics, whether it be in the social, cultural field. And we realize that for ASEAN to move forward, we will have to be competitive, we have to be resilient, but at the same time, we have to cope with the challenges that come with the 4th Industrial Revolution, which means that we have to be innovative, we have to be prepared for the digital technology that is fast growing in the region. We also have to be prepared about the disruptive technology. So how do we prepare ourselves better? But we do know that the strength of ASEAN is the economic competitiveness, the resilience, the growth in our region, which is about an average about 5% every year in terms of economic growth. So it's a region which is fast growing and it's very attractive for outside investment to come in. So whatever we do, bearing in mind the challenges that we face, particularly as a result of climate change, we do need to advance our economies together, achieving digital ASEAN, but at the same time we have to be mindful that green growth is the way to go. But the most important thing is inclusivity, is that we must not leave anyone behind.
And what are the other highlights of the summit?
And the highlights will begin with the meetings between the ASEAN leaders and the representatives of various groups in the afternoon of the 22nd of June. Particularly, the ASEAN leaders, of course, led by our Prime Minister as chair of ASEAN, will be meeting with the ASEAN Inter-Parliamentary Assembly. They will be meeting with the ASEAN Business Advisory Council, and they will be meeting with the representative of ASEAN Youth. So in the late afternoon of the 22nd of June, the leaders they will meet in a plenary session before proceeding to the gala dinner. And the next day, the 23rd of June, there will be a formal opening ceremony, and there will be a retreat session after that for the ASEAN leaders to discuss various issues, particularly about regional issues or international issues that are of interest.
Besides the issues that you mentioned, are there any more priority agendas that Thailand tried to realize?
Yes. In advancing the theme, we would like to see how ASEAN community will be moved forward. So some of the issues, as I mentioned, how do we achieve sustainability? How do we, again, carry forward what has been done during Singapore's chairmanship, the ASEAN Smart Cities Network, for example, and of course other concrete examples that Thailand has introduced through discussions with various ministers of ASEAN countries include the launching of the ASEAN Center for Sustainable Development and Studies and Dialogue, the ASEAN Center for Active Aging and Innovation, and of course at the summit meeting itself, during the opening ceremony, you will see a launching of the DELSA, which is of course a disaster emergency logistics assistance system. It is a warehouse of supplies that will be set up in China province for us to better prepare ourselves in case there are natural disasters, so that immediate relief supplies can be dispatched from this warehouse. We will also see the launch of the ASEAN Military Medicine Center, again in the context of preparing ourselves for the impact of natural disasters that if should they occur in the region, these centers will provide services to ASEAN and the region. So I've mentioned 4 centers. There are still other 3 centers to be launched during the Thailand chairmanship. One is that Thailand has announced the ASEAN Cultural Year this year. We have the ASEAN Cultural Center, which is set up at the Ratchadamnern Avenue. We will be putting up a program where ASEAN performing artists and cultural activities will be launched, will be shown at this center throughout the year. But on other aspects that we must not overlook is on the political security issue, where ASEAN is faced with non-traditional security threats. One of them is, of course, how do we better handle or cope with the cyber security. So the launch of the ASEAN-Japan Cyber Security Center is again one of the landmarks, one of the deliverables of this chairmanship. And the last one is, of course, the ASEAN, there's a training center for social protection and social welfare, so that we can better engineer our people to have the appropriate skills to better prepare themselves to advance the economies of ASEAN.
Right. And the last question, how can Thai people engage in this chairmanship?
Of course, in terms of substance, leaders will be adopting 17 documents during the summit, but 4 of them will be very important, and I think this is an important part where the Thai public, the general public, can also learn about what ASEAN can deliver, what ASEAN can do for them, because the main crux of the ASEAN community building process is to ensure that the ASEAN people benefit from ASEAN integration and moving forward. So, for example, one of the documents to be issued by the leaders would be the ASEAN Vision Statement, Leaders' Vision Statement on Partnership for Sustainability. Because sustainability coincides with the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, the UN 2030 Sustainable Development Agenda. So I think ASEAN is playing an important part in that process, because we can see the complementarities between how do we eradicate poverty, how do we minimize hunger, how do we improve the livelihoods of the people. So I think these are some of the ideas that will be mentioned in the ASEAN Leaders Vision that actually make an impact on the people's lives. Secondly, matter, one issue, one topic that Thailand has been moving very quickly on, and quick progress has been made because we are one of the countries that have been affected by marine debris. And of course, the challenges, the pictures, the news that you saw with regards to marine plastics in the waste in the oceans, I think it's something that we all have a responsibility to take care of. So there will be a launch of the Bangkok Declaration on marine debris, and also a framework for action on marine debris. So I think these are concrete examples where you see where ASEAN will be moving forward, and I think this will impact on the sustainable development and environment for the people, particularly on the marine environment and conservation. And of course, another broad concept, which is very important also, but it also impacts on the continuity of stability and prosperity of the region. The ASEAN Indo-Pacific Outlook, the ASEAN Summit leaders will be taking note of this paper that will be introduced and has already been studied by the foreign ministers level. There will be a chairman's statement issued as well. So for the Thai public, I think one, you will see dynamic growth in the region. You will see concrete examples, deliverables under Thailand's chairmanship, as I mentioned earlier, all issues that surround the livelihoods of the people. So it will make ASEAN more resilient, and it will drive the opportunities for the peoples of the region. I think these are all important concepts that will improve the livelihoods of the people. But at the same time, the ASEAN people, the Thai people, need also to adapt themselves in terms of better improving the skills. What do they need in the next generation? We should be prepared for digital innovation. We must know how to make ourselves better prepared and find better work opportunities that we can tap from this dynamism and resilience of the region. So it's a two-way process. It's not only an ASEAN leaders-led forum. It's not only led by the public sector, but we need collaboration amongst all, from the private sector, from the education, the younger generations. So it's a two-way communication, so that, as I mentioned, that we must not leave anyone behind.
I am sure that all Thais look forward to this exciting event and its outcome as well. Today, thank you very much, Kun Busadi, for talking to us.
Thank you very much. ขอบคุณค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
Now let's take a break and we'll see more of what happened around Thailand and ASEAN.
In 2019, Thailand is ready for ASEAN chairmanship, working together and building solidarity to increase competitiveness and innovation with the people at the center. All sectors are ready to promote unity of the ASEAN community. NBT World is excited to be a full supporter of the Thai ASEAN chairmanship. Keep up to date on ASEAN 2019 movement with NBT World.
ASEAN member states are working on smart and sustainable urbanization in the region. The so-called ASEAN Smart Cities Network is one of the goals that Thailand is targeting during its chairmanship. Our correspondent has the details.
An ASEAN Smart City Network, or ASEAN, is one of the most important matters on the current ASEAN agenda. Thailand, as ASEAN chair, is seeking to advance the network, which was established during the 2018 ASEAN Summit in Singapore. This year, Thailand is playing a leading role in driving the concept in 26 cities across the ASEAN region. Two major events are dedicated to this purpose: a roundtable meeting and conference of assembled member states to finalize the ASEAN framework that will encapsulate the collective voices of ASEAN and their shared vision of a high quality of life, competitive economy, and sustainable environment among the nations. Adoption of the framework is expected during the ASEAN annual meeting in August. In the case of Thailand, The Ministry of Digital Economy and Society is leading the program in 7 piloted provinces, including Bangkok, Chonburi, Pattaya, Khon Kaen, and Phuket.
3 provinces in EEC, as well as some part of Bangkok. Since Bangkok is so big, you cannot do the whole Bangkok in one time. The other thing that we have been doing is to set up a system whereby the clarity of provinces that want to participate or jumpstart on the smart city program can have some very good guidelines. So now there's a smart city guideline.
Congestion, strained infrastructure, pollution, lack of affordable housing are also key challenges in Malaysia. The government is trying to address the problems by initiating solutions in the government sector before expanding to the rest of the society.
So I think the easiest is smart government, because if the government at the local level are able to have paying bills online, these are easier because you can actually transform the work process easily. But the bigger ones, which is difficult, are the one that cut across the whole city. So those are bigger, and those we may need external help or maybe the private sector to come in. But the ones that we can do on our own will be in-house processes.
ASEAN has now taken its first few steps towards building the planned smart and sustainable cities with the support of its partners. However, much work remains to be done. Therefore, it is looking to develop more partnerships in the 6 different domains to raise the standards of healthcare, the environment, education, and public safety.
Before the end of the program, here's a quick wrap-up of this week's headlines from around Thailand. For now, thank you for watching and goodbye.
His Majesty the King endorsed General Prayut Chan-o-cha as an elected Prime Minister. After receiving his endorsement, General Prayut, in a televised speech during his swearing-in ceremony, expressed his gratitude to His Majesty the King and vowed to maintain ethical standards and to perform his duty with honesty and integrity to move Thailand forward. General Prayut is now officially Thailand's 29th Prime Minister, who is serving his 2nd term. The Royal Thai Consulate General in Hong Kong has warned Thai nationals in Hong Kong to avoid visiting areas where the mass protests are taking place. Travelers are advised to plan ahead to ensure adequate travel time and ability to arrive in time for their flights. Reports indicated at least 70 people were injured in the event, most due to tear gas inhalation. Pia Peyanti, the production manager of the Fast and Furious 9 movie, met with Thai officials to discuss the details of shooting Fast and Furious 9 and to ask for permission to shoot the movie in the provinces of Phuket, Phang Nga, Krabi, and Surat Thani from July 1st to 27th, 2019. Krabi Provincial Governor Police Lieutenant Colonel Bomluang Kiti Padi Prawit said he would like to welcome the production crew and cast and mentioned that this is an opportunity for Thailand to generate more revenue from tourism and develop the quality of services to international standards.
Serious trouble.